I'm sorry. Okay. I was just told that there is no sound. True enough. Sorry about that. There should be sound now. Okay, so I'm gonna start over. Just give me a second here. Okay. Right, so starting over. Welcome to the stream, guys and girls, and I'm Rad, for those who doesn't know me. And we're gonna check the weekly reading now. The week is 9th of September up until the 15th of September 2024. If you do wanna check and examine yourself the collective cards, you can do so using the thumbnail because the cards are posted there. I drew them a few hours ago just so I can use them for the thumbnail itself. Showing them to you right now. First one, that will be the Four of Pentacles, followed by the Eight of Swords. Hold on a second. So followed by the Eight of Swords. And the third one, that will be the Eight of Cups. Okay. So like I was saying while there was no sound, it's a week where there is going to be a gimmick, there is going to be a finicky moment which we need to accept rather than pass through, right? And that's what is going to take place throughout the week. So what we have is that within this week, whether something we are to say or whether something we are to do, whether something we will stand by, doesn't matter, is going to secure a future, right? So you can take it that way. That will be a week where we will either ensure our place at work, where we will stabilize or ensure the future of our relationship, of a friendship. It is just that's going to be a week of consolidation and stability, but we are not going to know it, and this is where the finicky moment comes about. You do something at work and this makes a very strong impression to your boss, and your boss now is set to keep you but not showing it to you. You are not going to see, because I'm falling in this place as well, we are not going to see any appreciation or any improvement whatsoever in our circumstances, at least for throughout the week. These improvements are going to come on a later stage, maybe a few weeks from now, a month from now, and so on and so forth. And this is the finicky moment that we need to have a confidence in our good performance and in the righteousness of our actions. In other words, we need to be confident in ourselves that we are performing well, because we are, at least according to these cards. And the benefits to it will come later down the road. And that's why I said at the start that that is a moment that we need to accept rather than push through, because there isn't anything pushing through it. I mean, we are who we are, and we know what we fight for. Or that's going to be the week where we are going to know what we are fighting for. And I can kind of accolade all of us, because at least that week there is going to be something we can look forward to into our lives. Well, for some people, more than just only one thing. So that is the collective reading. Now there are going to be 12 readings, just as this one for each star sign, and I'm going to run down the ecliptic, meaning that I'm going to start with Aries and I'm going to end up with Pisces. And bear in mind that these are going to be readings for your star signs. They're not your personal readings, And if you do want to support the show, you can subscribe to the channel and engage with the video, which is going to help us with the YouTube algorithm. Other than that, if you do want to support financially the show, you can do so using Super Chat or a PayPal. The PayPal link you will find in the description down below. And anyone who does so, you guys are going to have a reading at the end of the stream that is guaranteed, just like Taco did. Taco, thank you for the $33.33, mate. Mwah. Thank you, Taco. And also, Nancy, thank you for the $20 US. Thank you, Nancy. Let me put you into the list. Yeah, okay. And if you do wish to have a personal reading with me where your personal situation and problems are going to be interpreted through the tarot cards, their development is to be interpreted through the tarot cards, you can do so by purchasing a reading from a website, the link of which you're also going to find in the description down below. Now, starting up with the first star sign, that's going to be Aries. You can track which star sign I'm reading for through the glyph which being displayed here, right there. Okay, so we do have the Aries glyph there. Or illustration, whichever way you wanna call it. So let me shuffle and see what kind of a week Aries is about to have. Three of Wands, Ace of Cups, and then is the Three of Pentacles. So what those cards are describing for you, Aries, that this is going to be the week where you will be tired of waiting. And this waiting will concern a hope, so you are going to be tired of just hoping. And the best way how I can describe it is that instead of waiting the happiness to come at your street, you are going to bring your street at the happiness, right? So that week, despite of seemingly lacking, for example, support, approval, interesting cooperation, if I can describe it that way, and also, how can I put this thing into words? It's not exactly lack of motivation. It's more like a lack of assurance. So despite all those things, you will make a formidable challenge. You will challenge yourself to go for more. And one of the reasons, even if you may not consciously understand that point, it is that you do have the grounds. Definitely not just only the grounds, but also the patterns to do so. And based on that target, a high target that you are going to bestow upon yourself, all of your expectations will come true, no thanks to anyone around, because almost no one around will support you in that, at least in the next week, in this week that we are in, through your development. Okay, so you will have a great accomplishments this week, but they are going to be only thanks to you and no thanks to anyone else. And at the end of the week, if you do feel obliged, like if you do feel indebted, you are not. All right, next, Taurus. King of Cups, Page of Swords, the Emperor, it's an exposure, not yours. Okay, it's an exposure of someone that is relevant. That's the best way how I can describe it. The best way how I can convey that information is through example. And imagine that you do have a colleague which is very professional, right? And you don't know it, but your colleague likes you. However, because they're very professional, it is out of the question for them to act upon these, say, feelings. But through some circumstances throughout the week, they get themselves exposed. They just slip, right? They just slip, and now you will know how you stand toward one or another individual. Okay, so the exposure is towards you rather than you being, rather than you having an exposure on your emotions and on your feelings. And once this exposure happens, there will be nothing left but you receiving some kind of a proposal or some kind of a offer. So yeah, this is going to be a week where you will be proposed of something or offered a something, which something you will have no grounds on or reason to decline, unless you're stubborn, Taurus. So that is the major thing for you into this upcoming week. And while what was offered doesn't exactly fit into your, say, criteria or say expectations, still it is gonna be very, very hard for you to find a reason to decline or deny it. Okay, next we have Gemini. I do apologize. Yeah. Excuse me. Seven of Pentacles. Five of Wands. Eight of Pentacles. Now that's a savior. I mean, it is a saving grace, because Seven of Pentacles with the Five of Wands, guys, that is kind of like a bit of a waste. Like, you may find yourself investing time where it will not be needed, not exactly unappreciated, just not be needed, or a lack of optimizing. So it's not something to die from, but still you may find yourself wasting some of your precious resources, like time, for example. And the Eight of Pentacles, it's a saving grace, because despite you may find yourself wasting that, say, time, or if you want to call it money, all the important details that are there, I mean, overall, the important details at work, the important details at home, in your love life, and so on and so forth, are gonna be still attended to. So even if you do happen to waste resources here and there, you will invest the necessary resources into the substantial things which are part of your a part of your life, and thanks to it, either a preparation or a planning is going to take place, which very, very soon will be initiated. You may start planning to build up a business, or you may start planning to live with someone together. You may start planning to, I don't know, change jobs, or, you know, buy something for yourself, whatever the case. And thanks to kind of like covering up the details, and not to mention that this covering up is going to be with conscientiousness as well, that will allow you, Gemini, to make that plan a reality. So you will have an abundance of resources in that particular week, again, through which you will be able to fill up the essential parts of your life and go forward with it. Okay. Cancer. Page of Pentacles. Queen of Swords. The Hermit. There will be one thing out there for you that you will be pretty clear on it. I mean, you will know immediately that that thing is of immense value for you, for your stereotypes, for your ideals, for your standards, for your life in general. And that thing, whether a person, whether a deed, whether an enterprise or a project or a job, will demand your full attention throughout the week. So that's going to be the only thing you will have to deal with. Well, there are going to be others, but you know, you will know that you cannot allocate resources to other things, but just only that thing throughout this week. Whether you will have to allocate all of your resources into that project, or into that person, or into that hobby, and so on and so forth. And a few things are gonna come out of it. Now, the most impactful one, at least at the start, it is that people are gonna start losing confidence in you. Okay. The reason for it is because now you will fight for your own thing rather than fighting someone else's war, someone else's battle. And as that individual doesn't see you as committed to them as you are, and not as much to benefit to them, they will gonna start withdrawing from you. And so consequently, this week you will see who your friends are, because those who truly love you and aren't with you just, you know, for their own benefit, those people are going to stay around. The second thing that is going to come out of it is that your life, Cancer, little by little will start increasing its meaning and its worth as well. Now, it's very prominent that this thing that I said is a friendship transforming into something more. The only condition you have, don't rush it. And think for the other side of the matter, like your interest, or like person of interest, or the other people involved, before you make a move. Okay. Next, that will be Leo. Ace of Swords, Queen of Cups. You're welcome, living girl. And Eight of Pentacles. Now, that's not exactly, it's not going to be exactly a great week. Because that Ace of Swords with the Eight of Pentacles next to it, it pretty much means that some of your previous efforts for nothing. Okay, exactly for nothing. Or in other words, you will end up finding yourself at best not as far as you think you are, and at worst dealing with the wrong things or trying to develop the wrong things for yourself. And that is through you being able to seize the true diagnosis of how you stand. Imagine the same situation. You are giving everything you got at work just to find out that actually you are about to be laid off. So all of your efforts for nothing. That is just for example. It doesn't have to happen that way. But also through that knowledge of the true environment and the true situation that you're finding yourself into will reveal options in front of you that you can take. Now it's going to be very important to be opportunistic. This isn't the moment where you plan long term. That week is the moment where you take and seize opportunities just to get by. Okay, so that is how the week is gonna end up for you, at least according to my cards, Leo. All right, Virgo. Ten of Cups, Ten of Wands, the World. Yeah, there isn't much to be said about this this week, other than that you are gonna find yourself not having, but also being, and I don't know how to put it into words. That is like tuning up a car, okay? And while the car can be tuned up even further, for you that's enough, right? Being accomplishable at work, but even though you may know that you can go for even bigger accomplishments, for you at that stage that's enough. And the reason for it is that trying to improve on results will have a diminishing returns, meaning that slightly bigger results are gonna come on a tremendously bigger expenses, and it's not gonna work at all. I mean, at the end of the day, when you draw the line, the only thing that, or the only people that will remember that you have worked 60 hours a week are your children and your spouse, and it's not gonna worth it, and you will consciously know it. And that's why those cards are showing that you are just gonna draw a line where you are comfortable with, happy with, although you have more to give. It's not worth it at that point. Okay, next, Libra. So just back to Virgo, it's a sweet spot. You're gonna find a sweet spot. Now Libra. The Tower. King of Pentacles. King of Wands. Now, these cards could manifest in two ways. One is destructive, but they both are destructive, but one is destructive for your well-being, the other is for the worse. Now let's start with for the worse. That week you will have an urge to have a good time, and you will fall behind on so many things irreversibly. So this isn't a good week to have a good time in a sense of partying, leaving job for tomorrow, and so on and so forth, right? Because irreversibly you will fall behind on so many things. Now the destruction for your well-being. Well, that is also a week where it's going to come to your attention that certain aspects that you are trying to finish, like you may be trying to finish a deal, you may be trying to finish a job, you may be trying to finish, a book, for example, and so on and so forth. It's just things that you are trying to finish. Not all of the things, but just some of those things have no relevance. It's just they will not gonna have any impact on the future, and particularly in development of your agenda. And so that will be a conscious choice to destroy that development, just not to finish it. Simple as that. And instead redirecting those resources into transforming your ambition in very powerful drive, moving forward. And through that move, I don't know how to explain it, but through that move, your life will be nourished and cleansed. It's definitely going to have an expansion. Okay, next, Scorpio. Queen of Wands. The World. The Wheel of Fortune. All right, the Queen of Wands with the World, this is a clear indication, or it's a very strong indication. It's clear to me, but, for people who doesn't know tarot, it's not that clear. Anyway, it's a strong indication that we, and that's not the right expression, but I'm going to say it anyway, we can do better, in a sense of that there is more efficient way to accomplish prevail. Because this is going to be a week where we, the Scorpio, will prevail. Okay? It's just, there is no question about it. Because the other elemental dignity, the Queen of Wands and the Wheel of Fortune, that is not just only the recipe of success, but also the best condition possible. Now imagine if your success is like cooking up a meal, the best ingredients that there is are ours to cook our meal with. So I don't know what can happen to ruin that. It's just there isn't anything that can happen to ruin that thing. Because even if we go with the old ways, what I mean is that we do not desire to find a better way. The way that we are set on right now is still going to work flawlessly. It's just with a little bit more effort than, necessary. So for us, the Scorpio, that's going to be the week which marks a super positive change in our lives. Or the start of a super positive change in our lives. And one more thing, if you like someone, go out and get them. Because that week, our presence will be very strong. And I mean very strong. It's just we are going to be attractive. That's that. Very attractive. Okay, so that was Scorpio. Pretty strong reading. Sagittarius next. Knight of Pentacles, Eight of Cups, the Star. Well, for Sagittarius, it's not going to be the best week that they had, like ever. Let me have a glass of water, though, before I move forward. Sorry about that, guys. It's just I'm very, very thirsty. All right, so not the best week like ever. And the reason for that is that you will have to work from behind, or you will have to settle yourself for the second gear, for lack of better expression. And the fault is not going to be yours. Just the circumstances that you're going to have to work with, the people that you're going to have to work with, the resources that you're going to have to work with, they simply will not going to be ideal. And thus you won't be able to make the ideal maneuvers. However, even with what you will have to work with, there is going to be relatively good good progress here. And based on that progress, well, what the cards are showing is that a step-by-step plan will form, through which following it's reaching out the goal is inevitable, whether that goal is money, whether that goal is health, whether that goal is, I don't know, power. And while, even with ideal circumstances, the goal will be the same. What I mean is that you would have accomplished just as much money or earned just as much money, even if your circumstances was ideal. Here, just the progress or the process of you obtaining those money will not gonna fall within entirely, will not gonna fall within your standards and as well with your ideals. Meaning that you will have to go against yourself in order to get what your target is or accomplish what your target is. Hello, News Devon. Welcome to the stream. But that is just for the week, guys. Okay, I mean, next week that plan continues. I mean, this process continues. However, the circumstances may change. In fact, those cards are suggesting that the future are going to hold a better circumstances for you. And one other thing from these cards is that if an old lover shows up on the horizon, give the woman or the man a chance. They will worth your while. News Devon, thank you for the £5. Thank you, News Devon. Let me put you into the list. Okay. Moving next. That will be Capricorn. Anna, thank you for the 20. Thank you, Anna. Let me put you into the list as well. King of Pentacles, the Emperor, Knight of Cups, This is opening up your purse, figuratively speaking, or untying your purse. Yeah, Taco, thank you for the 33. I already mentioned you, mate, and you are in the list. First in line, in fact. So, thank you for the $33.33. So, back to Capricorn, opening up your purse or untying your purse. That is figuratively speaking. What I mean, it is that you will be requested. All right, so there are things you want, okay? Whether you want a job, whether you want to change location, whether you want to be with someone, and this week you will know the price you will have to pay, and that price is going to be, in your personal estimation, a big one. And that's going to be the reason why I use the term you will have to open up your purse, because it's going to cost you. However, is there really a price to something that you want or to something that you have ever wanted? Because that's what the price is for. Something that you have ever wanted. And if you wonder whether it's going to worth it or not, at least according to these cards, no question about it. Yes, it is going to worth it. But the choice is yours whether you are going to open up your purse or not. Aquarius. The Fool. Knight of Pentacles. The Chariot. Well, thank God I don't have much plans for the week, because the plans are out of the window. Okay. The reason for that is that, I mean, life is gonna throw at us, and I'm saying us because I'm rising Aquarius. Life is gonna throw at us, say, new opportunities, which are gonna be much more interesting, is the better way how I can describe it. Much more interesting than the opportunities we are chasing or we are developing, so to speak. And that doesn't necessarily concludes into enterprises. Let me explain you what I mean. So let's say that you have a business and you have a product and you have a plan how to sell that product. However, life presents you with a better opportunity to sell the product. You don't have to give up on the enterprise of the product itself, right? That is important to be mentioned here, because with the first sentences that I said, people usually think, oh well, then why should I kind of like push into that relationship, say, if life is gonna present me something better? No, life will present us with something, with a better way how to execute, or rather like how to cash in, for lack of a better expression here, on that relationship. In fact, much easier with that Chariot to the Fool card, much easier, freer on top of that, because it will allow us, it will allow our creative nature to kick in, and as well it will be so much less, the word is not engaging, it's more like a obligatory, way less obligatory than the steps that we are taking at that particular time, like right now. So it will be very important that throughout this week we do not have a I do apologize, we do not have a set plan how to go by our things, but always to have a margin of adaptation, because there are going to be so many instances where we can adapt a better way, we can adapt a better performance, we can adapt a better structure to literally everything that we do face. And this new structures much more easier than the previous ones. Okay, Pisces. Page of Cups, Seven of Cups, Six of Cups. It's a great week for Pisces. Probably the best there is from the 12 star signs that I read for today. Again, the three cards for Pisces here. Page of Cups, Seven of Cups, Six of Cups. So seemingly out of nowhere, someone at some point throughout this week, at a field of your life, Pisces, that you are thinking is impossible. What I mean is that, say, you are toe-to-toe and on the edge with someone you love. You aren't getting along at all. Very, very rocky interactions recently. And you are losing hope that things are ever going to get better, okay? Well, things are going to start getting better. In fact, a change in that regard is just around the corner. And you're going to start seeing the first improvements throughout that week. Small improvements, but still improvements, which will allow you to change your positions. And through the change of those positions, a major improvement is going to take place. Bottom line here is that a change is looming on the horizon for you, exactly where you don't believe that there is going to be positive change at all. But alas, there is about to be one for you. And on a personal level, that week you will emotionally tie yourself with a something or a someone, which is going to make your week even more happier. Okay, so that was for the 12th. And now the super chat. So give me a minute here. All right, first one, that will be Taco. So let's see what the week holds up for you, mate. All right, those are the cards. A successful man with a lot of resources will give you a news, right? Some kind of a news from a successful man that holds up resources. Let's see what's going to come out of that news in generally this presentation. Yes, you are that cool guy. Those are the tarot cards: Page of Cups, Queen of Wands, and the Death card. A new conditions, mate. You are going to be given a new conditions. Now, how can I explain that? Okay, let's put it that way. The new conditions will work better for you on a long run. It's just when those conditions arrive, you will have a hard time seeing how you can fit them, right? Just you are gonna see a very hard time how you can hold up to those new conditions. But ultimately, and in the long run, these new conditions will work much better for you, and they will give you much more. I don't know what this is gonna be about, so let's say leverage. These new conditions are gonna bring you much bigger leverage. And in fact, very quickly after the initial stage, I mean the announcement of the new conditions, you are going to get the hang of it, for a lack of better expression here, and a big smile is gonna show up on your face. Like, I get it now. Hey, I know what I have to do now. So it's a clearance for you, Taco. A clearance what exactly you have to do in order to tip the scales in your favor, for a lack of better words. Okay, so that was you, Taco. Next, Nancy. Let's see what the week holds up for you, Nancy. I don't know if it's gonna be gold, but definitely those conditions are giving you more how can I put it into words, are exposing that individual much more than before. If the previous conditions were tying your hand behind your back, one of your hands behind your back, now those are going to untie it. Although it may not seem like that way at the start. You're welcome, Taco. All right, those are the cards, Nancy, here. And they refer to some people that you are looking up to, that are far away from you, right? People that are living in different city, or even, if you will, in different country. And what you're going to talk about with those people, mainly through social media and phone calls, obviously, is, how can I put it into words? It's about something important for you that you want to do. Say you want to buy a house, and you're going to talk with those people about that. And these people will try to convince you otherwise. Now, here, bear in mind that in their heads is going to be for your best interest. So this isn't, there will be no malice in what these people or that person is going to do, although I do believe there's going to be at least two people that you're going to talk about that, what you want to do. Or for example, you will want to say change your job, or I don't know, buy something for yourself and so on. And at some point you are just going to stop seeking for their approval, or for their, how can I put it into words, permission. You're just gonna start doing it at the end of the day. Now, aside from that, in those phone calls, you're gonna have a really, really good time, right? And a lot of fun with those people. Now, I don't know how big your social circle is, but if you are introduced to new people in it, take it with a grain of salt, because those people may try to spread rumors and gossips about you. So that is, at least according to my cards, the most important thing for you in this week. Okay, next, that will be Anna. Small circle. Well, even better, because it will be pretty obvious who that one is. You're welcome, Nancy. Anna, are you planning to purchase a property? Can you confirm or deny that? I will wait a bit for your response. No, I was asking Anna, because I'm on Anna's reading right now. So, Anna, are you planning to purchase a property? Okay. You aren't. Because we do have here a large amount of money deliverance. We are having a large amount of money deliverance that will have something to do with a property. Those are the cards. Okay. Well, maybe you're going to strike a huge deal then. Maybe you're going to strike a huge deal, because these can only because these only and not only but also, I'm sorry, could be considered as a stream of revenue, steady stream of big revenue that you are going to be delivered. Okay. And it will be a messy job, Anna. So going into it this week, it will be really, really messy job. Looking at those tarot cards. But in terms of a financial returns, it's worth it. So your choice to go into that, at least according to those cards, had just confirmed that if you went there for the money, it was the right choice for you to do. Okay, so this is going to be the week where this new stream of revenue is in its way to be delivered to you. Big week, eh? All right, and last but not least, News Devon. What do I need to know? You're welcome, Anna. Those are the cards, News Devon. What you need to know, News Devon, it is that the limits you have bestowed are the exact limits needed. What I mean under limits, say you have a limit how far to go with your colleagues, or you have a limit how much to spend, or how much to invest, or you have a limit how much you can allow someone. Yeah, I am quite tired. You have a limit how much to allow someone to be a part of your life, and so on and so forth. Those limits you have set will deliver great rewards for you. That is what you need to know. Or in other words, News Devon, you are doing the best there is can be done considering your circumstances at this point. And like I said, you are going to be rewarded for it and recognized for it, appraised for it, and helped for it should you need any help at any given point throughout the week. Such help will arrive almost immediately. But yeah, this for you, News Devon, will be a week of rewards and peaks of experiences as well. Okay, guys, this is gonna do it for tonight. Thank you so much for watching. Thank you so much for your generosity as well. And like you already saw, I'm quite tired, so I'm going to hug the bed now. And we're gonna see each other next time, which is gonna be Thursday. Now until then, bye.